And now before we do his hair, let's do his facial expressions. So I've threaded some black DK yarn onto my needle, and the first thing I'm going to do is his eyebrows. And we want to give him a really angry look, so his eyebrows are going to be inverted. So we want to make sure that they're going down in the centre and up high on the side. We're going to do that for both sides. Make sure you get your yarn exactly where you want it. And then for his mouth, I'm going to do a zigzag line. To show the real anger. So if I start from the centre with a back stitch, I'm just going to sew on his angry expression. And when you're happy with how it looks, thread your tail out the back. Double check everything is where you want it to be. Then cut these tails off at the back. Now on with his hair. With our black DK yarn, I'm going to slip knot onto my hook, and I'm going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now into the second chain from hook, I'm going to do 1 single crochet, and I'm going to single crochet into the next 2 chains. So we've got 3 single crochets at the end of this row, then I can chain 1 and turn. So now we're going to increase from 3 stitches to 5, and to do that I'm going to do 2 single crochets into the first stitch, 1 and 2, then I'm going to single crochet 1 stitch for 3, and then I'm going to do another 2 single crochets into the last stitch of this row, which is a little bit tight, but we're going to single crochet in them eventually for 4 and 5. Then we can chain 1 and turn. So we now have 5 stitches, and we're going to increase to 7. So we're going to do the same as the row before. We're going to do 2 single crochets into the first stitch, 1 and 2. Now I'm going to single crochet across 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3. And now I'm going to do 2 single crochets into the last stitch, 1 and 2. So we now have 7 single crochets, chain 1 and turn. And we're going to repeat this pattern until we have 13 stitches. So I'm going to increase at the beginning and end of each row until we have 13 stitches. So we have 7, and we're going to increase to 9. So I'm going to do 2 single crochets into the first stitch, 1 and 2. Now I'm going to single crochet across 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and into the last stitch I'm going to do another 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and 2, chain 1 and turn. Going to do the same thing again. We're going to increase from 9 stitches to 11, so 2 single crochets into the first stitch, 1 and 2. Now single crochet across 7 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and into the last stitch another 2, 1 and 2. So we now have 11 stitches, chain 1 and turn, and we're now going to do our increase row for one more row. So we're going to increase to 13 stitches. So I'm going to do 2 single crochet into the first stitch, 1 and 2. Now I'm going to single crochet across 9 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and then into the last stitch 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, chain 1 and turn. So we now have 13 single crochets, and I'm going to single crochet these 13 stitches for 2 rows. So no more increases, we're just going to single crochet all stitches for 2 rows. So 1, 2, chain 1 and turn, and then single crochet 13 again. So 1, 12 and 13, chain 1 and turn. So we're now going to start decreasing, and we're going to decrease the same way that we increased. So we're going to decrease at both ends. So for this next row we have 13 stitches, and I want to take it back down to 11. So I'm going to single crochet the first 2 stitches together, and this time I'm going to do a normal decrease method. So I'm going to insert my hook into the first stitch underneath both legs, yarn over and pull through, insert my hook into the second stitch under both legs, yarn over and pull through. So there are 3 loops on my hook, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So that is the decrease method I'm going to use for the hair. So I have single crochet 2 stitches together, and I'm now going to single crochet across 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now I'm going to single crochet the last 2 stitches together, and then I can chain 1 and turn. So we now have 11 stitches, and we're going to decrease now for 9. So into the first 2 stitches I'm going to single crochet 2 together, and now I'm going to single crochet across 7 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and now single crochet the last 2 stitches together, chain 1 and turn. So we now have 9 stitches. For our next row we're going to decrease to 7. So single crochet the first 2 together, single crochet across 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and single crochet the last 2 together, chain 1 and turn. Next we're going to decrease to 5, so single crochet the first 2 together again, 1 more time, and then I'm going to single crochet across 3, 1, 2 and 3, single crochet last 2 together, chain 1 and turn. So we have 5 stitches. Now we're going to decrease to 3, single crochet 2 together, single crochet 1, single crochet last 2 together, chain 1 and turn. So we've got 3 stitches. I'm going to single crochet 2 together, and then just do a single crochet into the last stitch. So we have 2 stitches, chain 1 and turn. Now single crochet these 2 stitches together, and then we can fasten off and leave a bit of a tail to help us sew it onto his head. So this is only the first part of his hair, we need to make a second part. But this is how it will sit on the top of his head, and now we need to create a back piece to cover the back. Now on to the bottom piece of his hair. So with our black yarn again, slip knot onto hook, and now we are going to chain 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13, 14 and 15, 16, 17 and 18. And now I'm going to do a single crochet into the second chain from hook, and then I'm going to single crochet in every other chain. So at the end of this row I will have 17 single crochets. So at the end of this row you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. So we have 17 single crochets, and we're going to do some decreases. So we're going to decrease from 17 to 15 stitches on this row. So we're going to single crochet the first 2 stitches together, and now we're going to single crochet across 13 stitches. And now we're going to single crochet the last 2 stitches together. Then we can chain 1 and turn our work. So we now have 15 single crochets, and now we're going to decrease to 13. So I'm going to single crochet the first 2 together again, and now I'm going to single crochet across 11 stitches. Now single crochet the last 2 stitches together, chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to single crochet to 11 stitches, so we're going to single crochet the first 2 together again. Now single crochet across 9. Then single crochet the last 2 together, chain 1 and turn. And now our last decrease round, we're going to decrease to, what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 stitches, we're going to decrease to 9. And to do that, we're going to single crochet 2 stitches together, single crochet across 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now single crochet the last 2 stitches together, chain 1, and then we can cut our work. Again, leave a longer tail, and this is the bottom part of his hair. Okay, so we have the first piece of our hair, and first of all I'm going to position this exactly where I want it. So you take your time doing this, and when it's in place, with, as you see, it's got a little fringe at the front, I'm going to just pin it into place. And then we're going to take the second piece. This tail is from when we did his mouth, so just cut that off. So I'm going to take the second piece, and this is going to fill in to the sides. So before we do this, I'm going to sew this piece on. So I'm going to take the long tail, my embroidery needle, and I'm going to sew around the edges, the perimeter of his hair, of this top part of his hair. You don't want to sew the front of his hair down, you want it to be left loose, so he's got his little fringe. So you can sew along the back of it, but don't sew across the front, the peak. And now it's time to place the second piece. So we turn to the back or to the side, whichever way you want to go, and I'm going to pin the edge of this piece to the edge of the piece that's already sewn onto his head. I'm going to do that at both sides. And I'm going to use the long tail of this piece to sew that into place. And there you have it, the Hulk all done and ready to go out and smash up the town. So I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, and if you haven't already, please leave a thumbs up or subscribe. It's free and it helps me out, as I said in the beginning. And other than that, I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and before I forget, leave a comment down below which superhero you'd like me to do next. Bye now.